delighted to say that Chris Hobbs is a former Metropolitan Police officer and joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Chris. Can you just let us know what you initially think of this plan? We know the Prime Minister is going to make an announcement on it later. Many of the announcements already trailed clearly. Do you think it goes far enough?
To be quite honest, there is a lot of anger amongst police in relation to this plan. Things like giving burglars extra tags to wear 24 hours, yeah, that's all right. But let's also remember that Boris has just days ago turned round to the police and said, we don't think you're worth any more money. So that didn't go down too well. Now you've got him, in essence, saying, well, I don't really think the police are doing enough, are not working hard enough. And some of the comments on police social media yesterday were quite obscene, to be fair. So certain aspects of it, yes, that's okay. Giving every crime victim an individual officer to contact who's investigating that crime, that happens anyway. But a lot of officers who investigate crime are response officers who are rushing around dealing with calls, stabbings on blues and twos, and now they're going to get their phone keep going off with people trying to get hold of them. And in addition, of course, they do get days off and they do take annual leave. So it's details like that I think that irritate police officers who clearly, the Police Federation, for example, have not been consulted before Boris has launched this grand scheme of things. If the government's trying to build bridges or rebuild bridges with police officers, they're failing abysmally at the moment with no pay increase. Now there's a huge gap now appeared, and it's going to take an awful lot to bring it back together again. I don't see why he's done this. I can't see why he's done this without consultation, frankly.
What difference would consultation have made? What kind of policies do you think maybe the Prime Minister would have put in place?
Well, the first thing police need, frankly, is more police. They need backup staff. It's not just the 20,000 police officers that have been lost since 2010. Now, Boris has said, we're having an extra 20,000 police officers. That takes us back to the way we were in 2010. And in between time, we've lost 600 police stations. We've lost thousands and thousands of police support staff who were invaluable and did keep police on the streets. And we've lost community support officers. So when he's not taking us back, we're still near the bottom of the European League table in terms of police per population ratio. The 20,000 is going to take us up to fifth, sixth from bottom. And now he's essence saying, I want you police officers to work harder. Yes, police officers want to catch criminals. At the moment, huge swathes of their time are being taken up by dealing with unfortunate individuals who are in the middle of a mental health crisis. You know, you talk to any response officer, and I have, and they will tell you that's a huge chunk of their day gone. They have to guard crime scenes. Forensics have improved, but you see these police officers on crime scenes for hours or days at a time. They're not on the streets, they're not answering calls, they're not investigating crime. More police officers, Boris, not gimmicks.
Chris, one of the big changes that seems to be or will be announced today is around stop and search. Now, we know Theresa May made pretty substantial changes, 10 years ago, but apparently this year is set to be the worst in the capital for teenage murders since 2008. This will be welcomed by police officers, won't it? But it'll be controversial too. Black people 18 times more likely to be stopped by stop and search than white people.
I'm not sure that the police officers on the street want extra stop and search powers. There is a crisis in London, and there is a crisis in London in areas that are relatively poverty-stricken, deprived areas. And yes, more black people are stop and searched. Police don't like doing that. It causes confrontation, for example. But on the other hand, of course, if you look at a montage of stabbing victims in London, then unfortunately, disproportionately, the number are black. That is a fact. That's been shown by the Mayor's office, by police figures. Something needs to be done about that. We need better communication, better relations, and an acceptance of stop and search. I think police would say that stop and search powers at the moment are probably about right. At the moment, the problem you've got is that police officers are now becoming afraid to stop and search. Stop and search is actually down in London, as I understand it, because it causes confrontation, it causes complaints, and of course those complaints can run on for months or years and could possibly end an officer's career. So what we need is better relations with the black community. We need more community police out there, especially in those areas that are dominated by the gangs in London and in places like Liverpool, Manchester, big cities. More police out there doing community policing, but of course to do that you need more police. And that's really, as I said, we come back to it again, more police, more community policing, more investigation of crime, not trying to do more with the same number of police officers that we had back in 2010.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.